Hi, I'm Mel.
And I'm Janelle.
And this is the Murder Mamas.
Hello.
Welcome.
We're here.
We're back.
Back.
Second week in a row. Woo! All right, today we're going to be talking about The Confession Killer parts 3, 4, and 5, which are basically the same as 1 and 2.
It is so many parts.
So, yeah.
I think I said this last time. I'm going to go ahead and say it again. This was not my favorite.
Yeah.
It was way too long.
Yeah.
And it just kept repeating the same information over.
Okay. That was weird.
A little remix.
Yeah. Audio issues again. I can't figure out why. Actually, I haven't researched it yet, so that's probably why I don't know anything. But I don't even know how to research it. Like, I don't know anything about this equipment or anything.
Google.
Yeah, I know. We'll see.
Anyways, as I was saying, It was very repetitive and everyone talked far too slow. So I again watched it in 1.5 speed.
That's awesome.
I've never done that before. With anything. Like, I don't listen to audiobooks that way.
Yeah.
Like, it was just so slow. So, anyways, episode 3.
Yeah, we start out in Dallas, Texas. And we meet Linda, who's the first woman in the homicide division.
For the Dallas, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She was kind of a badass.
Yeah, she is kind of a badass. I was like, good for you. And she's just saying, like, yeah, I was told to bring him a carton of cigarettes so he would tell me, talk to me and keep him interested and talking and all this kind of thing.
Yeah. So she was trying to solve an actual case, a cold case or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah, come on over to the task force headquarters. Mm-hmm. And, just bring him cigarettes and then he'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Right.
And so she does that and she's like, this doesn't make sense.
She knew, right away.
Yeah, she's like, this makes no sense. So she goes back to her, captain or whatever, mm-hmm. and basically tells him, this guy's full of shit.
Yeah.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
She's like, this guy's full of shit. So they're like, okay, let's prove that he's full of shit. Mm-hmm. And so they go back to him with a fully made up case.
Yeah.
A made up victim, a made up crime, a made up everything.
Photos, everything.
Everything. Yeah. A report, everything.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
So then they're like, oh, God. And it sort of starts to just completely crumble, his, I'm going to put this in air quotes, credibility.
Yeah.
He didn't have any.
No.
But.
Yeah.
So that's Linda.
Yeah. And then we meet Vic.
Well, we don't meet him, but he's back.
Yeah, he's back. And he was elected at 32, which is the youngest DA that they had. So,
and again, we talked about him last week.
Right,
he was the DA who was suspicious at the end of episode 2.
Yeah.
And they were trying to pull up records about where he could have been.
Right.
And couldn't get into that computer system.
Yeah. So then we come to April 14th, and the newspaper came out with a headline that said Henry was a hoax. Mm-hmm. So now everybody knows.
Yeah. It's, again, like I was saying, everything's sort of starting to fall apart with Henry and his credibility. Because Hugh, the investigative journalist, writes this article.
Yeah.
And this causes a lot of problems for the DA Vic.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because the Rangers didn't want to admit that they were wrong.
No. Especially the sheriff. He was really against any sort of admission that they maybe didn't do everything they were supposed to do.
I think he thought in his own head that he was right. I don't know. He just would not give up.
I don't know.
Yeah, who knows? Or he just couldn't man up about it.
I don't know.
Yeah. And then we go to Waco, and the minister, what's her name? Clemmy says that she went to meet with Henry in jail and he was suicidal. And she knew that he was suicidal because he had eaten a sandwich with tomato in it.
I mean,
I know you,
as a fellow tomato hater, I get it.
But I was like, huh? Okay. So he doesn't like tomatoes.
I mean,
and then he would say over and over, did I kill that person? Was it me that did that? Did I do that? Like he was, I don't know, his thought process was going somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, again, I recommend this if you're interested in listening to a liar lie for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. I really want to get into the Vic stuff.
Okay.
I don't know where it is in your notes, though, because I thought... yeah, so I don't know where it is in your notes, but the majority of this episode is... basically, it's a lot of Vic talking about how he is getting essentially framed by the Rangers and like the head of the DPS, which is like the Department of Public Safety, because he's telling them like, you're solving cases that are, you're just framing the wrong person, right? Because you want to clear cases, and they're like, oh, actually not. So they go so far as to like send some guy, like some reporter, to work with Channel 8 to start posting all these pieces about the DA and how he's like fraudulent and all these things. And so they're like basically doing hit pieces on him just all the time. Yeah. And he's continuing to try to like work as the DA, you know? Yeah. And then they indict him on charges of like bribery, I think. And he's facing like 80 years in prison or something. Yeah. Like a long time. But before they do that, they're like the Rangers and DPS and the FBI are like bugging his house. And he had a little dog. Yeah. So sad. Really like a little lassie dog who would bark a lot and it would disrupt the bugs. Yeah. Like they were picking up all the barking. Barking instead of other things. And so he came home and his dog was dead. Like they had been poisoned. Yeah. Not like died of natural causes. No. So then they indict him and he sort of becomes a little bit of like a martyr because there's like a picture of him handcuffed with like his thumbs up. Yeah. And then we're hearing from his attorney representing him in this trial. Yeah. So after, I think it lasts a total of 5 weeks and they call like 70 witnesses to the stand to question them. And they're all these lawyers who are saying, like, they've paid him off to, which I'm like, that's wild that they're committing perjury. Right. They are lawyers committing perjury. Yeah. And then we're interviewing them in present day. Yeah. And they're admitting that they were committing perjury. Right. I'm like, did you get any punishment for that? Bruh, I thought that was illegal. I thought you're not allowed to do that. I don't think you are allowed to do that. I didn't realize you were allowed to do that. So after the trial, he's found not guilty. Yeah. And he's like, I want to sue all these motherfuckers who did this to me. Yeah. And then he realizes that everyone of importance has immunity. Yeah. So he can't, but he can sue the reporter and Channel 8 News for libel, which he does. Yeah. And he finds out that this reporter that they sent into Waco met with the right-hand man of the leader of DPS and basically was like, you need to just destroy him. Yeah. And so then when they showed the grand jury evidence of his crimes, all they showed the jury was Channel 8's news reportings from this one reporter.
Yeah.
To be able to indict him.
Yeah.
I'm like, the corruption?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. It was wild.
Oh, the corruption? I didn't realize where we were. Yeah, just like how corrupt it was is crazy.
Yeah.
So he talks to about how, like, this ended his marriage.
Yeah.
And it was it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
But that was the main point of this episode to me.
It was.
Oh, and then at the end, you find that Becky,
quote unquote, was still alive.
Yes. That she was not dead.
That she was not dead. She went on TV admitting that she was not dead.
Oh, and also he does win. The DA wins his case against the news reporters, and he gets a nice, cool awarded a nice, cool $58 million.
Yeah,
which is like the highest libel payout in the country at that time.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, get your bag, man.
Yeah, seriously.
They killed your dog. You deserve it.
Shit. Yeah.
And I really liked him.
Yeah.
So then. That was pretty much all of episode 3.
Yeah.
Like, all the new stuff in episode 3. There's a lot of filler where you listen to Henry talk, but
yeah,
I'm so over listening to that man talk.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything new, so.
Yeah.
Then we open at November 1978. And.
Oh, this is Rita.
Rita.
And her boyfriend.
They said she was like a person who would say, do you want me to sing you to sleep, or do you want me to play the flute for you to be able to go to sleep?
Her sister.
Yeah, to her sister. And that's like the sweetest thing ever. And they started dating and went to the movies, and on the way home, their car ran out of gas on I-35, and they started walking home. And then I was kind of confused because she didn't make it home. Where was the boyfriend? What happened? Am I missing? Oh, yeah, he was shot.
6 times.
6 times, yes. That's right. And then she never made it home.
Correct.
Either.
So they're both found dead.
Yeah. The older sister heard on the radio they had found a body, and she was like, this is...
Well, they initially found Kevin's body.
Yeah.
But they didn't find Rita.
Yeah. And
then they ended up finding her like 55 miles away.
Which is weird, yeah.
In another county. A little less weird when we get to the end.
Yeah.
And so her case has been unsolved for a very, very long time, and you'll never guess who said they did it.
Oh my God, was it Henry?
It totally was.
Yeah. But, he said that Otis.
Oh, yes. He does say that it was Otis.
Otis that shot them.
Yes.
Yeah. And the Rangers say he was telling the truth. He said Henry confessed.
Oh, he knew details about the crime that only the person committing the crime would know.
Yeah. And
so it had to be him.
It had to be him. And then they say we're up to 600 killings by now.
They're throwing out the numbers that are being thrown out.
Random.
Is insane.
Yeah.
130, 310, 550, 640.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah, I can also just name numbers.
Right.
Like, I do know how to count.
I know. And so then he was going in to get the death penalty, and now all of a sudden he wants life in prison. He doesn't want the death penalty anymore. Which before he wanted, so that he could be with Becky.
But now Becky's alive.
So in 1998, we're at the state pen. They wanted to put him to death from the Orange Sox killer, from the Orange Sox victim. And so he says that he should not be put to death, and he says he didn't do it. And Henry says he would do whatever the sheriff wanted him to do or say. And they say Henry was on the verge of a breakdown, and the sheriff is telling him to calm down and to go watch some TV so that they can come back and talk about the murder, which is their buddy thing again going on. Like, why don't you calm down and go watch some TV in your cell?
Literally Why does he have TV in his cell?
Why? Yeah. I don't understand. And his cell looks rather large, like for just one person. Like he was just the only guy in there. So then we don't meet, but we find out about Carolina in Wilmington County. She's missing. Jim got him to confess to her murder and gave graphic detail about her. And they found her, and she had a
seizure.
A seizure.
Yes.
And then her car went into the lake.
Yeah, but he described things like her necklace that she was found wearing. But he said he, like, murdered her.
Right.
But he knew about the necklace because the sheriff gave him all the fucking details.
Yeah. So basically, she died because she had a seizure.
Yeah, she was not murdered.
No, she wasn't murdered at all.
That's so scary and sad.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is scary. And then we make it to December 1993, where the sheriff dies.
Mm-hmm.
So, like...
He's gone.
He's gone now.
Yeah, so now we're going to be able to start getting the truth.
Yeah.
And then we also find out that Vic becomes... So Vic is like, I'm done with politics. Like,
yeah,
this has fucking ruined it for me.
Yeah.
And so he becomes Henry's defense attorney. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, he knows he's innocent.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. And so then we're going back to... Becky, kind of.
Oh, God.
And so we meet Becky on scene, or on the screen, and he says that he left Becky with a truck driver.
Okay, I need to understand where the real Becky, who is 15 years old.
Right.
Where were her parents?
Yeah.
Why was a 15-year-old traveling around the country with a fucking 40-year-old man?
Right. We never hear it for her parents.
What the fuck?
They might just not have cared back then. I don't know. Yeah, which is scary. But he says that he left Becky with a truck driver. And he would get letters from Missouri, from Becky. And...
I'm supposed to read your mind or what? No, so he's basically, but Becky's trying now to say, like, no, he couldn't have done Orange Socks murder because he was trick-or-treating with me and my brother in Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
The life you guys lived was exhausting.
So they get Becky to take a polygraph.
Correct.
A couple of them.
Yeah. So Vic is getting Becky to do all these things. And then he's like, there's a lot of speculation on if this person is actually Becky. Mm-hmm. So he's like, okay, let's get DNA.
Yeah.
And then... someone, I can't remember exactly what happens now, but someone says something. And so this Becky is at his house and he tells his wife to, like, go through her things. Mm-hmm. And his wife finds a huge stack of letters that Henry had sent Becky, Becky in air quotes, giving her all of the details of Becky's house and all of the things so she would be able to build a backstory. Yeah. So he's, like, gutted. Yeah. Vic is gutted. He's like, fuck. Like, I actually believed her and him. Yeah. And, like, he got played. Yeah. And so he is, like, horribly embarrassed. Yeah. And his reputation is suffering from it. Mm-hmm. But we find out that Becky is not Becky. Nope. Becky is a woman that
fell in love with Henry. How does one do that when... Like, I don't get that. Like, the jailhouse falling in love people, like, it's just totally random to me. Like, why? You don't see that person. You can't hang out with that person. How do you even know them to be in love with them? They're behind bars.
How could you ever willingly make the choice to be in love with someone who is so awful? Yeah. And, like, so just has caused harm to so many people. Yeah. That I don't understand.
I don't either.
And not only are you just in love with him, you're actually willingly like being an accomplice to the hurt that's being caused.
Right.
And I think that's fucked up.
That is fucked up. And so now we're finding out, like, we're at the time when Bush is governor. And they had told Governor Bush that Henry didn't do what he said, so he shouldn't get put to death. But Bush is like, hey, Texas still has the death penalty.
We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it. Yeah. So a group of women put together a rally to put him to death, but they decided not to put him to death.
Yeah, like of these victims, like Rita and all these other victims' families are like, like of course we want to see him put to death, because at this point they're still believing that he is committing these crimes.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yeah, we want him to go to death.
Yeah. And then we come to March 2001 and Henry dies of natural causes.
He does, and the world becomes slightly a better place.
Yep. But they're thinking, which I kind of agree with, that they say he killed at least 3 people. So his mom, Becky, and Rita. Oh, Rita's case, the DNA did not match. So he did not kill Rita. Who was the other person?
There was a lot.
The old woman that he lived with.
Yes, I can't remember her name.
No. So her, Becky, and his mom are the people that he killed.
Correct.
Yes. And then we go, that's the end of that episode. Yep. And we come into episode 5, and they're interviewing Henry again, doing whatever they're doing. And they say that he's got an IQ of 87. So he wasn't like able to comprehend things. I don't know what they were trying to get at.
What's a normal? If we've talked about this so many times.
Like 150 is high, I think. So like maybe the average is like 111 or something, I'm gonna guess.
What is the average IQ? By definition, the average IQ is 100.
100. So I guess it's not that bad.
I mean, the mean and median score for a population is 100.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it doesn't seem
so it's not too bad. He's still a little low, though. According to latest data from 2022, the average IQ is 98 in the U.S. Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. But then they were talking about the other, like, psychological tests they were doing on him.
Yeah.
And they found, like, part of, he does have a mental illness, and there's, like, part of, I can't think of what it was called now, but they basically say, like, the way that his brain works is that he has, like, lapses in memory, and so he fills it with fantasy.
Yeah.
And so in this instance, as he's just admitting to all these murders, it's because he's just like taking pieces of the truth that were given and like building and basically just mirroring whatever people want to hear.
Yeah.
Which I think we already all knew.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Why are we still talking about this?
Yeah, I don't
know. Oh, and so this episode talks mostly about, like, how DNA starts becoming a thing. And so they're being able to start running DNA on these cold cases that they say Henry solved.
Yeah.
And they're finding overwhelmingly that he's not.
Like, in one case, they said he was describing the watch of a victim, and the victim wasn't even wearing a watch. So we're just seeing time after time that these, like, he's confessing to murders that time after time. Yeah, we should play that. Time after time. And Greg, the FBI. Okay. Time after time. And Greg, the FBI agent, got a letter saying they were going to teach behaviors and profiles to the cops in Waco, I guess. Yeah. Cool. And like they were comparing him to Ted Bundy, saying like Bundy had what word am I looking for? Bundy had a definite liking to, what word am I looking for? Fuck.
Like a victim profile?
Yeah, a victim profile. Like he liked women, the younger girls. Like,
Yeah, he had like an MO.
An MO.
A way that he was killing, a pattern.
The pattern, yes. And like, the girls all, you look at Bundy's victims and they're all the same looking. I mean, they've got their hair parted down the middle. They're like brown, light blonde hair, just the same looking women all across. And with Henry, there was no victim profile at all. He had 38 types of killings that he used or something they've described, like, because they had men in there too that we kind of didn't even talk about. Kids, women. We only discussed the women that were killed, and I didn't realize.
And he even used seizures.
Yeah.
Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
He created his own new method of murder.
Yeah.
Murder. Scotty Scott was the little Richie Rich boy whose dad was in the police force.
Okay.
And Scotty Scott was found to have to be in the same area as like a clerk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he killed her.
Yeah.
And then was like, I wasn't there. And so he got put behind bars and he was appealing. And so they brought him over. I think he was in Arkansas, maybe?
Yeah.
And they brought Henry there and were like, hey, did you do this? And Henry's like, yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
I totally did it.
Yeah.
And shocker, he did not do it.
He didn't. Oh my God.
I just feel like he's just damaging so many more people needlessly.
Yeah. Then Debbie comes back around again and she finds a cold case group and, they can submit files of evidence to see if Henry actually did kill the people that were saying that the cops were saying the Rangers. And then the Rangers came back and said they credited Henry with 200 murders, even though there was no evidence linking him to that.
They said something that and I don't remember if they said it in this episode or one of the other ones, but it really ground my fucking gears.
Yeah.
Where they were like, we just told them Henry solved the case. It wasn't our job to find out.
Right.
Like, get fucked.
Yeah.
But also in this episode, it's kind of like filler for all of this. You're seeing a bunch of people who had previously said, like, California, the cases in California, where they're like, actually, that doesn't make sense and that wouldn't have worked. So you're seeing all these people reopening these cases.
Yeah.
And, like, trying to solve them again.
Yeah. And the real killers had been identified in 20 cases.
And so
only 20 cases.
In Rita's case, there is a hit on, because they searched the DNA. And so there is a hit on someone who's in the criminal, just like in the prison system.
Yeah.
And his name is Benny. And they are able to pick him up as he's going to his parole officer.
Yeah.
And so they pick him up and they're like, hey, can we get your DNA? And he has no idea why he's in there. And he's like, sure. Yeah. And then they do it. And they're like, so we're here about a murder from 30 years ago. And he's like, I didn't do that.
Yeah.
And then he almost immediately breaks down and starts crying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's what a person confessing to a murder should look like.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Kind of it.
Yeah.
Again, this one is so...
It's long.
It's really long and it's really repetitive. And I appreciate that they made the documentary to help the victims and like try to give them some, for the ones that are still unsolved to this day because he wasted so much time.
Yeah. I picked this one because I thought he was the confession killer, so I figured he killed a lot of people. I didn't do any research before. I didn't look him up. So... my bad with that.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, I think had this been condensed into maybe 3 episodes, like, 5.
No more, yeah.
But 5 hours, of listening to this dude talk and lie.
Yeah.
It was exhausting, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, again, I appreciate that it was made because people are talking about the victims that have cases that haven't been solved yet.
Because they're all unsolved now.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Bye.
Bye.